What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. We have myself. You. Oh crap! What did you just do with your hands? What the hell was that?
It's Xbox,
What
right?
the fuck? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just keep it recording. What the
Yep,
hell?
yep.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Nugget. My co-host M West is here, and today on This Needs to Be Addressed, we're going to be talking about Xbox and Microsoft. Xbox is in absolute shambles. And the reason I say that is because there have been lots of rumors swirling and buzzing over the last week or so about them making potentially their biggest games like Halo Infinite, Hi Fi Rush, potentially Indiana Jones, all go third party and available on all different platforms. And the reason I feel like that is a red flag is because Phil Spencer went out there and said, hey, we hear you. We're listening. We're planning a business update event for next week where we look forward to sharing more details with our vision on the future of Xbox. Stay tuned. And you're probably wondering, well, this is a great thing. In my opinion, this is a terrible thing. This is horrible because I believe that we're seeing what we would like to call buyer's remorse. I believe that Xbox spent a bunch of money on that Activision deal, that $10 billion, and they couldn't make Call of Duty exclusive. So now they're saying, hey, how do we recoup? How do we re-up? What is our next move from here? We got to get some of that income coming back. And so the next best thing outside of charging the customers more money for Game Pass is gonna be, hey, when we start selling some of these games to Sony and Nintendo. But what is your take, Wes?
Well, I'm seeing the news feed. I'm seeing what folks are saying on Twitter, and then shout out to our good friend Mr. Angry Troll who posted a video today. Right, I kind of disagree with this take. The way how I see it, Microsoft has always been publishing games on other platforms. They have Minecraft on across the board on PlayStation, on Nintendo. I don't know if it's on the iPhone. It's everywhere, right? And I think we always try to put companies into a box. So we want to say Microsoft, you can only make consoles and only have exclusives, or you can only have Game Pass. Anytime any company does anything else, I think that's where we start to think that things are going left with them. The simple way I like to think about this is if you have 5 million Xboxes out there, 10 million PlayStations, and 15 million Nintendo Switches, right? And Xbox makes the game and they only sell 5 million, right? That's it. That's all they get for this console exclusivity. But if you allow it on PlayStation, if you allow it on Nintendo, now you sell 30 million copies. You make a lot more profit. And Microsoft has already stated that they'll be making a new console in the next 2 years. And I just think this is a great way to make more money, make the company more profitable. And I don't see it as a negative. And I'm not worried about some exclusives going to some other consoles. I think Microsoft is letting you play wherever, whenever, however you want to. And they're putting out some old games. I think they're still going to have like timed exclusives where if a new Halo drops, it's on Xbox for X amount of time. And then other companies might get a chance to finally play it. Spider-Man was a great game. Spider-Man 2, great game. Everybody wants to play it. We're waiting to play it on PC. I have so many friends that don't have a PlayStation 5 and they want it on PC. And PlayStation slowly moves things over to PC. So I think we're seeing the end to an exclusivity century that I think the model just doesn't work. I think this new model is the one that I'm looking forward to the most.
Here's my rebuttal to that. I don't think
Okay.
we're coming to an end of exclusivity. I think the
Okay.
model works for Nintendo. It works for Sony. The only people who think it don't work is the Xbox fans because they don't have any damn exclusives. So I think that yeah, there are some people who are waiting for Spider-Man to come
Mhm.
over to PC, but there are a lot of people who say, you know what, this is a great time for me to go out there and get a PS5. This is a great time for me to get a PlayStation, and that's how they sell their consoles. Consoles sell exclusives, but also exclusives and having this competition breeds creativity. I think a world where there's no more competition, you start to get complacent and less creativity. I look at some of your favorite games that have no competition, like a Call of Duty or a Madden or a game where there isn't anybody out there with some competition. You're going to start to give us a less and less of a product. So I'm not saying that I'm a console warhead or I want to see everything separate, but I do want to see some level of competition because I think right now Xbox is losing this competition in gaming and they know they're losing. They're making a lot of questionable decisions that are starting to backfire. So that's kind of where I'm at.
So it's, to me, I kind of see like the Netflix play when Netflix first came out. It was only you would rent DVDs, and then after a while you can watch Netflix on your TV, on your computers, on your mobile. I even have Netflix on my Direct TV, right? So Netflix is everywhere. It's accessible. And the minute someone tries to change the game or do something slightly different, I think we all start to panic. And I think Phil Spencer is a solid dude. He has a good business IQ, and I'm curious to see how this is going to play out. And I think this is going to be a good play. And I think it's time to change the model. I think you make less money with exclusives. I do agree with competition, and it can still be there, but allowing Microsoft to publish some of their bigger games on other platforms doesn't mean that it's the end of Xbox. It just means that we're going to see more profits roll in.
It okay, so okay, fine. Hypothetically, let's say that you're correct and they're putting games out there on every exclusive or every console, excuse me. What's in it for those who bought Xboxes like myself? What's the benefit of me owning an Xbox if all of your best games are going to now be on PS5 or Nintendo? I'll just play it on those platforms. Why do I need this Xbox? It's bad enough. I've been saying for the last year that hey, you don't need an Xbox anyway because all of their games are coming to PC Game Pass day one. So now you really don't need it. Like, why would I buy an Xbox as a consumer? What is the draw for me to have this box?
I like Xbox better. That's it. Most of my friends are on Xbox, right? That's it. I have all the consoles, but the majority of my friends are on Xbox. I'll prefer the Xbox UI. I prefer the Xbox experience overall. I think the Xbox is still the most powerful console right now between Xbox and PlayStation. And that whenever they make a new one, I'm gonna pick it up. I think with Xbox, you can buy the console or you don't have to. You can play Game Pass on TV. You can play Game Pass on your VR. You can play wherever, however, whatever your budget allows you to do, so long as you're part of the Microsoft ecosystem, right? I think you have all these different branches that you can connect to, but we keep trying to put Microsoft in this box and say, hey, you have to play it on this console, and you don't.
I'm not saying you have to play it on the console, but I would like for some sort of benefit to me spending hundreds of dollars on a box. I think that's fair of me to say, hey, I spent X amount of dollars on an Xbox. I bought everything day one. Where is my return on investment? I just don't feel like I always get that because they're always pushing Game Pass. And now you're telling me that we're going to not only be pushing Game Pass, but now we're going to say, hey, let's go ahead and take these games that were exclusive to Xbox and now put them on PlayStation. Well, why the heck did I buy this? I bought this Xbox to play your games. Do you
It
mean to I could have saved $500 and just played it on my PS5? It's a big fu to those who have Xboxes, in my opinion.
what when if they allow more people into the ecosystem and to play the games, some of your favorite games, you get an uptick in characters or sorry, the population or the base of people that are playing the game. So you have more people to rival or play against. I still don't see anything wrong with it. And here's some benefits from Xbox. Xbox does really well with their back catalog. So games stemming from Xbox One, Xbox 360, whatever the Xbox was before the Series X, all those games are still available on your Xbox. So you're taking all your inventory of games, your entire library, and Sony does a piss poor job with that. I'm not trying to like debate consoles or whatever, but there's still some clear benefits to me having an Xbox, having that back catalog, and then allowing some other people to play. Like when Destiny came out, Destiny was on both platforms. Destiny had a bunch of PlayStation exclusives. Sony bought Destiny, but they opened up the base and now we can play against PC, against Xbox, against PlayStation. I don't know. I just see it as a good thing being able to have more people to play against.
I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's great. My point is that if I'm somebody who owns an Xbox and owns all of the consoles,
Hmm.
if I can play Xbox games everywhere, what I would never turn this thing on. I turn this thing on for the exclusives. Is my particular situation. I'm turning this thing on for the exclusives, and now you say, hey, the best exclusives that you were gonna trying to play Xbox for now it's on PS5. What's the point? Like I played my Xbox the most this year when Starfield was out. If you
Hmm.
would have told me back then, hey, Starfield's going to be on PS5, okay, what's the point of me turning this box on? I'll just go sell it. That's just the way I look at it. There's just no reward for having the box. It's not a bad thing that it's everywhere. It's actually a great thing. It's just for those who have multiple consoles, what's the point?
Well, I'll tell you right now. So what I'm hearing from you is if a game comes out on both platforms, it sounds like you're going to play it on PlayStation. And if a game drops on both
100%.
platforms for me, I'm 1000% going to play it on Xbox. So that's my benefit. I like the Xbox ecosystem and I'm connected to Xbox no matter however I want to play, right? And so for you, if it's available somewhere else, that's where you're going to play it. But I'm always going to play on Xbox first.
Well, there you have it. That I think that's what it boils down to is the I guess the preference for each gamer to gamer. What is your preference? So
Yep.
I guess we could stop it there. It's going to boil down to what is your preference. But what do you guys think? Let us know down below. Is this a good or bad move by Microsoft and Xbox? And what do you think the announcement that Phil Spencer's coming with is going to be?
If you guys don't side with Xbox, you're a Sony pony. I said it.
Oh my God. See you guys on the next one.
Thank you. Peace.